Greetings gamers, welcome to part 26 of my Let's Play Fire Emblem 9, Path of Radiance, and in today's episode I have much to do, including breaking open all these doors, getting the chests. Doors in this game do not need to be open with a key. In fact, I strongly recommend that you don't do it, especially if you're using Volk, because that's just an extra 50 gold you're wasting. You can just break the door. Now, funnily enough, I believe it is Radiant Dawn, axes are super effective. Oh, nice. She procced guard. That was super pertinent. Axes are super effective. Killer Lance, Iron Sword. I think I'll put her here. Yeah, axes are super effective against doors of every kind, and that means they do triple damage because effectiveness in that game is triple. In this game, however, they're not. You just do your exact amount of damage that you're doing towards the door. Door has no defense, so she was doing 27 times whatever. Well, no, you can't double a door, obviously, unless you have a... Oh no, I attacked with the steel axe, so she was doing 30. Yeah, you can't do anything more than, you know, the 27, or well, in her case, the 30. And that's okay, because most doors in this game only have 20 health, whereas a lot of doors in Radiant Dawn have like 60 plus, which is kind of interesting. Ward. Ooh, Titania is a heal target for Tormod. I'm going to have to do that next turn. Alright. Shove you. Smite you. Put Ike right there. And Volk can get ready for the looting, which is going to ensue over the next couple of turns. Now, of course, Tormod being a magic unit does not have very much defense, but a general or a knight exactly attacking him is not the best idea. And of course, Titania is as awesome as ever. She didn't even need that crit, but hey, you know what? I appreciate it. Chest key. Perfect. What that's going to allow me to do is open a couple of chests with Titania, which is probably going to be over here somewhat. I do have to be very mindful of where I put my units so that they're not within the range of this guy here, because I don't necessarily want to attack him. That being said, however, let's sling an iron axe over at this archer and move Titania up. Heal you up. Yeah, it's kind of a bit difficult to manage a bunch of units needing to be healed with Tormod as well as him needing to level up Thunder rank. It's not the biggest of deals, however, because I do plan on giving him arm scrolls if I have them to give. Mordecai can join the fight next turn. Leith is still actually kind of useful in this fight. She's only got a couple more turns left, but should be fine. I'm not going to shove you, but I am going to get this chest. The Ashira Icon, which is basically another name for a good sellable. Nice miss. Very likely that they're all going to attack missed. They have weapon triangle advantage, but I don't think that particularly matters. Of course, what this means is that... Ooh, you're actually attacking Tormod? Nice. Kind of appreciate that. Oh, he's not KOing, though. Never mind. He decided to crit. Very nice. I appreciate that. That's just more guys out of the way so that I can get over to where I need to be. That's an okay level up. HP is always necessary. Speed is always good. But are we kidding here? Come on, Tormod. You can do better. Not only do I know you can do better, I've seen you do better. This is going by well. Yep, and a healer. So in Path of Radiance, if I'm not mistaken, you can steal... I don't know. Can you steal staves? Yes, I'm almost 100% certain you can steal staves, which would be a good idea, but I don't think it's that big a deal. So one thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be flying over here as soon as possible. This guy cannot reach that door next turn, but I need to get over to Danved. Particularly, that's going to be actually kind of difficult. A lot of guys in my way. All right. Leave, you can help me out. I need the help, for sure. Everybody's going to have to attack this turn. Though I would really like some healing to be done. Everybody's just in need. And I'm going to go ahead and check his range. Elf Thunder should be enough, and it is enough to take out this guy. Nice. I believe that was a crit. $25. How about you? 22 times 2. He's actually doubling. That is nice, but necessarily that's not what I want done. Yeah, you're not doing much damage with wind against Titania. She's got some pretty fantastic resistance stats. Merida sword. I will definitely throw out there, I think I made a bit of a misstep concerning my item management. I needed to buy more Thunder Tomes. Now that I'm really thinking about it, I think I made a big mistake. All right, he can reach 2. They can reach as well, so I don't know if this is a good idea. I'll attack you. And that is my turn. Attacking Ike? Are you serious? There's gotta be other people way weaker than Ike out over here. $19 times 2, huh? He's got so much speed that he's very likely to double pretty much everything at this current time. Which is good. It's definitely something you want. Morum is definitely doubling him. Not doing all that much damage, though. Alright, so I have a bit of a plan. First, I'm going to equip the Thunder. I'm going to heal up Morum. I'm also going to go over here and talk to Devdan.
Uh-oh, this won't do. Youngsters like you aren't supposed to be fighting, you know.
Who are you? Aren't you one of the guards?
Devdan is not a guard, little one. Devdan was looking at the pretty garden and was captured. The punishment for trespassing is to work for a year without pay. That makes Devdan upset.
Well, that doesn't seem fair, but there's no need for you to just accept such injustice. The owner of this place, Duke Tanis, is keeping innocent Legu's slaves. He's a very bad man.
That is not acceptable. Devdan cannot forgive such callous and unjust actions.
So why don't you come with us then? Let's go and teach the bad guys a lesson together.
That is a fine idea. Let us make this Duke Tanis pay.
And then I get to attack. I don't think it really matters who I attack. I'll go after you. Nice. She just needed to be within the range. I think it's a good idea to attack here. Get rid of this other lance soldier. Move Titania a bit forward. And then immediately move over to Devdan, who is a halberdier, or halberdier. He's a very cool unit, in my humble opinion. Very underrated. A lot of people don't tend to use him. And I think part of that has to do with the fact that he shows up at base with not the greatest stats in the whole wide world, but also with not the greatest of weapons in the whole wide world. This weighs him down by 4. I mean, yes, it's decent against armored units for doubling might. 16 damage is not that bad, but it's also not that great. Now Devdan has 75% HP, 60% strength, 30% magic. He's one of the best magically inclined lance units in this game. I think Oscar was the only other one that I got in my party that had that kind of magic. And there is a magical lance in this game, so it's not totally useless. 40% skill, 35% speed, 40% luck, 45% defense, and 25% resistance. Devdan actually has a lot of good qualities to him, some of which I truly do appreciate. Not to mention, he's one of the coolest looking halberdiers in the franchise. Starting at a B weapon level is pretty cool too. What that means is that he has access to killer lances, he has access to brave lances, pretty much everything except for the S rank lance and silver lances, and I think spears. Spears, well, nope, spears are B, so he does have access to a spear as well at this time. Now he has Serenity, halves biorhythm effects. I'm gonna probably be keeping this on him. I do plan on giving him the occult scroll, or one of my occult scrolls, and what that's going to mean is that he's going to have his class mastery. Because that only takes up 20 capacity, there's kind of no reason to get rid of Serenity, because biorhythm stinks, and to have it affect you less is fantastic. 18 times 2. I don't think Titania. No, she definitely does not have any form of... Oh, you know what? Misplay. Yeah, so one thing that Devdan can definitely do, and I'm going to be giving him right away, is the Night Ward. Not only does it work on him, he will get the +2 defense and resistance, which does help his bulk a little bit more. He's also going to get that plus 30% speed growth, which means he's going to have a 65% speed growth rather than his not so great 35%. I'm going to be moving you and you. This chapter is a lot of fun to go through, especially if you are doing basically what I'm doing, which is rushing through it with like smite strats, mounted units. Everybody on my team has pretty darn good movement. I mean, granted, Stefan only has 7, but you know, you're taking a look at Tormod. He's a sage with 8 movement, which is pretty great. He's one of my favorite sages in this game because of this. It's unfortunate that he's kind of a bit weaker in the next entry in Radiant Dawn, but there's almost nothing you can really do about that. Volk is going to have to take on the rest of these here, these chests, and then granted, if one of these guys has a chest key, that's not true. Okay, no. None of them do. So, Mordecai does have a lance for Devdan. Would be really nice to get it over to him. Also, to steal that mend, I am going to be doing that as well. So, Stefan, go ahead and start dealing with some enemies. Not the biggest of deals, because I do want more healing. Don't think any of these... Well, Leith actually could use some healing. Specifically, and only for the fact that... even though it's only 1 HP, it's going to give him the same staff rank as if he healed however much his maximum is, which I think is 25. We can... I could go ahead and go there. How much damage are you doing? 16? 5. Okay, so he should be perfectly fine. I'm going to go ahead and give him the Night Ward. And then I'm also going to return. Titania can take up the rear position for guarding if I need it. I don't think I'm going to, but you just never know. Yeah, the heavy spear being his weapon of choice right now is not good, even remotely. But there is kind of nothing I can do about that. Alright, so Mordecai can move 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm going to be able to get the lance to Devdan next turn, which is exactly what I need. I could go ahead and blow a ward staff here. And then, of course, all these reinforcements, they're not actually that big of a threat. They're kind of more or less units that I would definitely allow your weaker units to take on for the sake of leveling them up. Granted, almost all of, pretty sure all of my units that I'm using right now are pre-promoted, or in the case of Tormod and Mist, promoted. So, either way. Fantastic. Trade. You can take the Xavier, shove you. I don't think that shove was any point at all. I'm going to mend you up. Devdan will take a fair bit of damage right now, and that is basically due to the fact that Devdan is kind of not going to avoid pretty much anything right now. Only 44 avoid, that's not fantastic. Granted, I'm glad this did not have 15 weight. I was actually kind of wondering if I had messed that up a little bit, but because it doesn't have more weight than his strength, he's not being weighed down, which is good. Slim sword. I actually am hoping he hits Stefan, and that's nice, he did. Yep, and he procced Astra. I do want to say... Yeah, I think that did actually just waste those usages. Or uses. Not great. Let me go ahead and steal from you. Your mend is now mine. Gonna need those. I actually don't think it's going to be any kind of pertinent to keep someone like Titania back here to fend these guys off. It would be kind of nice to allow Tormod to do so, because that would just be weapon EXP, you know, bonus. What I'm going to have to do is finish off this area over here as soon as I possibly can, and then have Mist go over and help Tormod because he actually needs some healing. I think that's probably what I'm going to do. As it would be cool to have a little bit extra weapon experience points. I've got a very long way to go to S ranking. So if it's something I want to do, it's something I'm going to have to be mindful about actually doing. Alright, so I can still heal him. That's nice. Titania has the chest key. I knew I was forgetting something. That's just how the cookie crumbles in that one. Chest. Full Guard. An item that, when equipped, negates any bonus damage a weapon might have dealt. This does work for Legus, potentially? I'm not entirely sure on that one, actually. Goodbye, innocent soldier. Ooh, and a level up for Mordecai. It's always nice seeing such interesting and not so great levels. Yeah, I actually think he is kind of better than Moram. Like, Moram has better speed. They have the same HP. Moram also has better skill. Better resistance too, but everything else is pretty much either the same or less. And now that Moram has the chest key, he can stay back. I'm going to heal up, obviously, with Mist. Devdan needs some healing. Not very much, but, you know, it's not just about the needing of the healing. It's also about the fact that it's just a good idea at this current moment. So, can I shove? No. Mordecai only has pretty much one more turn of transformation. Moram and Mordecai should both be able to smite her further. What I'm going to then do is get Tormod ready. Any healing needed? No. Yeah, that's actually really not good. He has a crit chance against Stefan. Alright, that is my turn. Alright, cool. So what I can do... Smite. When you have double smite, it is so good. So good. I go right here and heal you up. He does have the thunder equipped, yes. Open another chest. Very nice. Draco shield. All right, Moram, Mordecai, and them need to get over here and open up the rest of the remaining chests. Titania can come over here and get ready to help with the boss, because I think she's going to be needed. This is only going to be like a turn or two more, and then this chapter is pretty well finito. Ooh, not a KO. Not great. Can you still... No. Go ahead and take that. Get these chests open, and of course, a very beautiful bolting. Long-range magics in this game are very strange. Very strange. They're very good. Very good. Way better in this game than they are in Radiant Dawn, which sickens me a little bit. Radiant Dawn nerfed magic in such ways that I don't appreciate. Now, I still enjoy that game, but there are a lot of things I'm not real fond of, and magic being as weak as it is in that game is not one of those things I'm fond of. However, in Path of Radiance, they are still quite good. In fact, I think they're the best they've ever been, because most of them only require a C rank in magic, in that particular magic, whereas many of the other games require you to have a much higher rank. What this allows is that once Tormod has C rank in Thunder, he's going to have a 13 might, 3 to 10 range tome that he can just blast away at the enemies with. It only has 65 hit, granted, but it still should be quite fantastic. Volk is done. Yeah, these guys can do a little bit of damage. I just need to get out of the way of the rest of them with the rest of my units. Okay, cool. That should be enough magic to help him resist. Or not resist, but help him take out the rest of these guys. So 4 resistance, 4 resistance, 4 resistance. Okay, 31. 20. So I'm doing 16 times 2 to him. So actually, yes, it's perfect. All right, missed. Come on down. Yeah, oh, wow. The gals is just flat out KOs. I'm not going to do that, though, because I would like the KO on Stefan.
This is the domain of my master, Bishop Oliver, the Duke of Tanis. You will learn that no one impugns his honor and lives to walk away.
Kimisari. This would actually be really good experience points for Devdon, especially because he's only level 4. Much less good bases, too. Man, I kind of want to do that now. I think I'm going to have to do that. And it's going to take me like an extra turn. Would be great experience points for him. Let's heal up Titania. Perfect. And I think that will be fine. Everybody else is going to attack Tormod down here. He has no potential of death here. And the reason being is just because these guys are weak by even this point in this game standards, like very weak. They're, I think, just supposed to be there to break up your party, especially for your slower moving, weaker units particularly. Not the greatest of things. You would want reinforcements to kind of be scary. Not necessarily the best units in the chapter, so they still got that right. You don't want reinforcements themselves to be the best units in the chapter unless Well, especially on a siege chapter, you want the throne room to be the best. But unless, like, that chapter particularly needs that kind of dynamic, and I don't think this chapter is gunning for that. So I'm going to have to trade back the chest key. I'm going to have to shove you, because I want this done in as few turns as possible. Smite you. Shove. Rescue. Take, drop. And then I will end my turn momentarily. Don't think I have much left to do. Would be nice if I could heal up some more. I don't think I have anybody else that needs healing. Mordecai actually does. He needs exactly 2 health. So if I could get Tormod over to Mordecai, that would be great. All right. Smited. Aw. Oh, well, I'm doing exactly 14 damage with that. That's nice. So, I'm going to go ahead and do that.
What fate is this? Is it just punishment for my complacency in this evil?
And of course, with that, I actually get a wonderful weapon for Devdan. He does way more need the experience points right now than Stefan. Like, way more. And healing up you. And of course, I'm going to heal up you with Mist so that she can get some more experience points. And another level for her as well. Level 12. She's not really getting good level ups lately. Though, granted, and I will definitely admit this, she's only 1 away from magic cap, 2 away from strength cap. So it's not like she's terrible, but I would like her to get those caps sooner than later. And a physics staff. This is awesome. I already have one. Having another is just a fantastic boon. And I do believe that's literally everything. So, I'm going to seize and clear the map.
Ah! Oh no! The episode is ending.
I want to thank you for joining me. If you like my content, please vote and follow or like and subscribe depending on your platform. And while you're at it, have a great and glorious day gaming.